It's been 5 months since I lost my mother to cancer. This has been the hardest 5 months of my life. When does it get easier? And that's what we're talking about today, grief on Undiagnosed Baddie. This is my daily 10-minute podcast where I talk to you about a particular topic for 10 minutes. The reason why they're 10 minutes is because you could get a task done if you need to vacuum, reset your bathroom, clean the refrigerator. You're able to do a task. You know it's time for 10 minutes because we are what? Undiagnosed, but diagnosed. You know, if you're diagnosed, this is for you. Obviously, you're here because you know what it is, but I am not clinically defined by a definition, but we clearly see it. But let's go ahead and talk about what it's like to grieve. She's 5 months in. I am 5 years in, and it literally seems like 2 weeks ago. And that is because, let me start here. Say the things that you want to say to people, period. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. When that person is gone and you never know when that's going to happen, you'll never get the chance to physically tell them again. Grief comes in waves, and I've seen it on the internet before, and I'm just gonna steal it because it is kind of like that. It's like grief is kind of like confetti. You have confetti in your hand, you take it and you blow it, and it's up in the air and it's everywhere, right? And it just sprinkles down to wherever. And you go and you're trying to get your life back together and you're cleaning it up, and most of it is gone. And then you'll think that it's all up, and then all of a sudden there's confetti in the corner when you go to vacuum 2 years later, and then there's confetti in your kitchen because when you swept or did whatever you did or emptied the vacuum, the confetti still went to different places, and it's just all over the place, and it just comes back all the time. It's not going to necessarily get easier. It hasn't been easier for me, right? And I try to tell people all the time. I don't sit here and act like my mother and I had the best relationship, but we did not have a shitty relationship. And my mother did an amazing job raising me, my sisters, my extended sisters, and my daughter. Okay, and when I say extended sisters, like those are the cousins that she allowed to live in the house to go to school for long periods of time. These are the ones that she said I had 5 daughters. Of course, me and my sisters, and then my two cousins. She was like, these is my kids right here. Even with their parents still being alive, she was like, these are my kids. And if she didn't have it to give monetarily, physically, she gave it in support. She tithed to her family and to the community and did the things that she was supposed to do. So sometimes, like, I'm going through something right now, and it's just like, damn, the only fucking person that I know that would have an inch, not even an inch, but like an inkling of what to do, or to help guide me, or to talk me through, is gone. And I don't have that from anybody else that would actually help see me through what I'm going through. And I'm not talking about unemployment. I'm talking about see me through some shit, right? It doesn't get easier. And I find like someone probably about a month and a half ago now told me that one of their parents passed away. And I was like, oh wow, like you just sprung this on me. And it was sprung because of the relationship between myself, them, and that parent. Long history. And so I'm like, well, how are you feeling? I jump into, well, damn, I've been here. I'm in it. And they're like, oh, I'm fine. Like, yeah, I did what I had to do. So now you're talking to me like a man. You're talking to me like a wall. You're talking to me like a robot. You're not talking to me like a human. You're not talking to me like a son. You're not talking to me like somebody that's grieving. But if that's how you do it, cool, fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I hit them a little bit later, and I'm like, hey, just checking in because I know this is a different space, this is a different part of life. Our parents prepare us for everything, but accept how to live without them. Not live, but to live with, and I'm not talking about needing things, their physical presence. Our parents teach us everything except for how to live without them. So I'm checking in on this person and I'm like, what's up? What's going on? Da, da, da. You know, I'm just adapting to this new norm. Okay. Boom. Now we have a little bit of emotion. Now I'm starting to see that, yeah, this shit not easy. You think everything cool because, you know, it's the first 30 days, first 45 days. Baby, grief gonna spank you for a long time before it starts to, for this particular person, and I already know that. Let me put it to you this way. If you loved your parent, it's going to spank you. It's going to spank you. I don't remember 2022. I remember like 2 or 3 things from 2022, and that's because I went out the country because it was a trip. I do not remember because of the trauma that I incurred from my mother dying. I do not remember 2022. So if you go back and I start my journey of podcasting, talk shows, 2020. Remember? Life, Lust, and Lies. The original season. And actually, sidebar, I had to re-release them. So they're open. Because at first I took them down. They were not published. They're published now. And that is because I've seen somebody take my entire concept and put Jesus with it. And I'm like, bitch, this wasn't never that. And I can't wait to go to one of her live shows because I'm going to go into one of her live shows and be like, you stole my entire concept. I already looked into the trademark stuff. It wasn't, because she talks about Jesus and I talk about dating, but it's like life, love, and lies. But whatever. What was the point that I was saying? What was the point that I was making? But I had to tell y'all that shit. I don't even remember. I know I got a piece of hair that I could see that is bothering me, baby. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. We go back to 2020 when I start Life, Lust, and Lies. I've always been on here talking. So boom. I start filming season 2. Boom. I get to filming season 2 out of my pocket. I have episodes I haven't even released. Hello. I would get in my car. I take my full set. I go to Connecticut. I'm interviewing people. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I come home. My mama gets sick. Because this is 2021. This is 2021. So in 2021, I'm recording season 2. My mama gets sick. She dies. Was I recorded in the summer? Because I don't think I went to Connecticut. I didn't go. No, she was in Connecticut for Thanksgiving. I stayed home that Thanksgiving. I was home Thanksgiving 2021. Details matter. But earlier 2021, I had moved around and I got season 2. So she gets sick, and over the course of December, she dies, right? So it wasn't quick. It wasn't like that, right? We expected her fully to come home and it didn't happen. So 2022, I'm processing. There's no content being made all 2022, right? So top of 2023, I'm like, all right, boom. I'm going to get and start my shit back up. So then we all know I started a little bit, right? And then I get sick. So I'm down the rest of 2023. 2024, I'm trying to bring it back. We got Cheaper Than Therapy. Those episodes are up. It's under the playlist Convo & Co. The top of that, because we switched the name from Cheaper Than Therapy to Convo & Co. I felt that it was more elevated, right? So, okay, boom, we doing that. And in the process, I'm still grieving. Bitch, I died too. My mother sent me back. She was like, I just died, bitch. She's never called me a bitch, but she was like, baby, I ain't been dead long enough for you to come up here. I came up here to get rid of y'all asses. But the grief of going through the coma and my mama not being there, like, come on, what? It don't get easier. It doesn't get easier. You just learn.